I've got to be missing something. I have no idea what, but I have to be missing something. It just does not make sense. I've got to be missing something. Can I talk to these two at all? No. Maybe if I found the gun somewhere, tossed somewhere along the way here, but I didn't. All I found was the bird. And the bird is not enough. I've found all the clues over here. We've got medicine, disease, Africa, and so on. There is nothing going on. What the hell is missing? What is going on? What am I missing? Got this bag here. Bears the insignia of the 11th Regiment of Foot. Whose bag is it? I don't know. There is nothing. There is nobody to talk to. There are no clues. There is nothing. It's all just nothing. What is that? What did I just find? Oh, I found one of the music boxes for the Secrets of London. Awesome. So that's good. That's come out of this. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Either something is glitched beyond repair, because restarting didn't do anything. So either something is glitched beyond repair to try to figure out what we're supposed to do, or I'm missing something, and I have no idea what it is. It's not pointing to me to any new places to investigate, and the only places I do have to investigate, I've already talked to all the suspects. There's no more topics of conversation, and I've gotten all the clues. So it's like,
saw him each morning as I we lost the entire barrel of.
okay, no new information. What about here?
I just drop off bit. There was an old. That's for some sick.
No new information. And it doesn't give me the option to accuse anybody, which is stupid. I should have that option. Should definitely have the option to accuse somebody. Because if I could, then I could bring this to a close. But without an option to accuse somebody, I have nothing to do. And this is bullshit. Because it's not going to let me finish this dreadful crime. And I have no way to go on to the next one. So, what am I missing? None of this makes sense. There are no clues that are leading me to another investigation zone. I've got the munitions factory where it started, the courtyard where one bullet came from, but that bullet ended up in the barrel at the barrel depot. I've got the shop here where another bullet appears to have come from. That ended up in the clock, right under the 12, and yet the shooting was supposed to have happened at noon, and the clock is still running. So unless the clock is off, that bullet hole was already in there at noon. Or was put in there after noon. Either way, it wasn't when it happened. I've got nothing else to go on here. I have nothing else to go on. Got one suspect, no clues.
Prescott led a flanking
I've got motive. I've got means. If only I could figure out where Samuel's gun went, then I really would have him. But I don't know. Because I can prove motive for Samuel. But I don't know. Oh, hello. It fell from up here. There we go. There's the new investigation zone. Okay. There we go. Now we can make an accusation. Got a gun here. A Whitworth rifle. First sniper rifle has astonishing accuracy. Particular one smells as though it's been fired within the past few hours. Also, a regimental insignia is carved into the stock 11th Regiment of Foot, Gold Coast. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so now I can talk to the guy in the shop again. Maybe it wasn't Samuel. Maybe he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I admit it. I sell stolen rifles and pistols. All very hush-hush. Black market. I brought that gun back from Africa. I was a sniper fighting the Ashanti. I used that gun this morning for Prescott's challenge. It's the only Whitworth we have. I'd never sell it.
I made that shot. Early this morning, Prescott challenged me to plug the 12 from my shot. I missed just slow. No one witnessed it. It was too early in the morning.
Okay, so that explains... Yeah, that explains where the bullet in the clock came from. So he made that shot early in the morning, but it was too early. Okay, so that fully explains that one. So back to the barrel depot then, because I am still thinking it's Samuel. He is my only suspect with motive, means, and who appears to have been in the right place at the right time. Everybody else, their bullets are accounted for. His is not. And I've got, like, nobody else to talk to here, so it's gotta be him.
His goddamn cowardice in Africa got me best friends killed. He should have faced a firing squad.
There we go. I was right. I just needed to get up to the attic.
On your part. It's a miracle anyone survived, what with all those bullets whizzing about.
Up to the cake with you.
Death stalks the colonel. An army sharpshooter watches his friends die in a bungled military maneuver and vows revenge. Slowed by a tropical disease contracted on the Gold Coast, Private Samuel Fry spent years planning his revenge on Lewis Prescott, the colonel whose cowardice meant death for his companions. He taunted Prescott with a symbolic white feather and then, at the stroke of noon, took his final revenge. Many bullets flew that day. A bullet from the shop attic lodged in Prescott's factory clock, a bullet from the revolver found by some children lodged in a passing beer cart, and a bullet fired by Samuel from the back of that cart struck Prescott directly in the heart. Okay. So there's the answer for that dreadful crime, which took considerably longer than it should have. I mean, that was over half an hour. But I had to run through it twice because I was trying to figure out what the hell I was supposed to do. Okay, so where's the next one? That should be... I don't know. I have no idea where it is. It's somewhere. Here it is. Okay. It's in the Strand, so let's go ahead and fast travel here to get there to the viewpoint. Okay. Just gotta wait for it to load. Got my windows and my door open today because it's pretty nice out. There's a good strong breeze. And I'm thinking of rearranging my living room again. I don't know. It's kind of hard to access the blinds for the window in my living room right now, considering that it's directly behind my desk. Not to mention, it makes working at my computer during the day a little bit tough with the blinds open. So I'm thinking of rearranging my living room again. I'm not going to put it back the way it was, but I do think I'm going to kind of switch things around. I've got the office space segmented away from like the living room space, and I think I'm just going to flip them basically and turn the computer a little, turn the computer desk. Okay, down we go. Now, what we're looking for is somewhere off in this direction, I believe. Yes, somewhere off this way is where we're trying to go. I just don't know exactly how far, or even if we are. Yes, we are in fact heading in the correct direction, which is good. And we've got a crowd event right here to deal with as well. Go ahead and kill one criminal. And now kill the other. And that crowd event is done. Awesome. Okay, so keep on moving. Somewhere over this way is what we want. Somewhere. It's right on the other side of these buildings, so we've got to find a way back there. I could hop over the buildings, but I think I'd rather just take this thingamabob, take this alleyway to get back here. Now, what was going on here? Locked in to die. Solve the perplexing locked room murder. So what is our reward for this one? Well, we get brass knuckles if we complete it, but no, what's the actual mission is what I mean. What's the crime?
My write-up of that last crime
was so ingenious that Purlock Publishing tossed me quite a tidy sum. I believe this next one will do even better.
It's baffling. The room was locked. How did the murderer get in and out?
Have you considered suicide? That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, we have to go talk to the guy here. Or go inspect the body, rather. Whoa, I did not want to jump down. I wanted to go in. There we go. And from inside, head upstairs. Ah, here we are. Okay, right over this way. Kashan's room. Inspect the bed. No sign of a struggle, no wounds. So right now I'm immediately thinking poison. Okay, clues. What is this? Air vent communicating with the neighboring apartment. Okay. So maybe they heard something. What is this? Gas lamp, common lighting fixture. The light won't turn on. Ah, perhaps carbon monoxide poisoning. Still thinking suicide. Kashan's room review. Published review of a recent concert. The latest effort by Aldwych Chamber Orchestra must be counted as a fiasco. The woodwinds were discordant and cacophonous. Rather than playing Mendelssohn, the strings fought with him. In particular, the solo performed by the first violin was a disaster. This gentleman is better equipped to perform in the London sewers. I would advise anyone who has contemplated attending to instead remain quietly at home. Byron Kashan. So he's a music critic, it seems. Okay, and what's this? This is anonymous letter written in a feminine hand. My dearest Byron, I can't keep abreast of your innumerable affairs, but haven't you time for another little adventure with me? Cast aside your current paramour, much too working class for you, and join me in Florence, won't you?
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
I believe I should interrogate a suspect in the first place, which I have yet to do. The window is shut, locked from the inside, no sign of a break-in. Okay. What do we have here? Yellow candles that have burned down to the nub. What is the purpose of this when you have a gas light, although it's not working? So that might explain it. Letter from Kashan's editor. Byron, you old rogue. Your evisceration of the Aldwych group was delicious. Our readers cannot get enough of your clever and delightfully unkind reviews. All the ensembles in town live in fear. Keep up the good work. Okay. There is something here. A little note. Yeah, concert program for a chamber orchestra that performed a series of Mendelssohn pieces a few nights ago.
Someone could tell me more about this.
Okay. And we have... Here we go. The door. Standard door with lock and hinges in normal state. So, right now, everything's pointing towards a suicide. Which is kind of weird.
I'm just the housekeeper, but Mr. Cashin was a dear friend.
Ah, Cashin.
Each morning I bring him his coffee. Today his door was locked shut. My husband is the caretaker. We live downstairs. We have the keys to all the apartments, so after knocking, I became concerned and let myself in and found him like this.
Okay.
The lights weren't working. My husband didn't want to waste any candles, so we retired early. Mr. Cashin was a respected music critic, a very accomplished man.
Okay. Well, that's a suspect from Cashin's room. What about the neighbor's room? Yeah, Bloomfield's room. Let's see. We've got air vent communicates with Cashin's flat. Okay. We've got sheet music, Andante for violin and piano in D minor by Felix Mendelssohn. So it looks like
I didn't ask about this.
looks like maybe this guy was the guy who was ripped to shreds by Cashin's review. Newspaper. Several articles. One about the Queen's plans to use the storied scepter with a dove to knight an industrialist. Another about the publishing business. A third concerning the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra, which has disbanded for lack of funds. A series of damning reviews by London's most influential critic has crushed all hope of attracting an audience. Okay. Over here we have A candelabra with partially burned white candles. And one of the last clues is the gaslight. Common lighting fixture, light won't turn on. So the lights aren't working for some reason. Key labeled basement. Okay. So let's meet and talk to our suspects in here. And then head down to the basement.
Gone just like that, eh? He lived right next door and often came home from his concerts a bit drunk and singing at the top of his lungs. Drove my wife near crazy. I was down in the cellar fiddling with my experiments. That belongs to Mr. Golden. He's an awfully nice chap. We let him use our apartment during the day when my wife and I are out tending our shop. He likes to rehearse here where the light's better. Cashin had an eye for the ladies, no question. I was a bit jealous of him, frankly. I'm an amateur chemist. Henman let me set up a few experiments in the cellar.
Okay. All locations unlocked. So if that's the case, let's go ahead and start talking to people.
Cashin is dead. I just saw him yesterday. He looked in the peak of health. If you ask me, he paid a bit too much attention to the caretaker's wife. Scandalous, really. They must have seen each other nearly every day. Last night I was knitting in that chair. Then I felt quite sickly and opened the window to clear my head. I certainly didn't hear anything. When the lights quit working yesterday, that sweet Mr. Golden handed out candles to everyone. He's such a nice man.
Okay. Right now I'm thinking it's Mr. Golden, but it could be Bloomfield on accident. Whoops. Something else we can ask the caretaker's wife, I guess.
It's true. I loved him. He was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Then again, maybe it was her husband. Okay. And we have plenty more people to talk to down here. Yes, indeed we do. Mr. Golden's room. We've got several clues. We've got men's clothes, very dirty with soot. Okay. We have candle. Yep. A white candle used to light the room comes from a box nearby. We have a gas lamp, still not working. Sensing a common theme there. White shavings on the floor appear to be wax. So he made the candles themselves, it looked like. Here we go. This is where the candles came from. Box of white candles, almost all are gone.
Tell me more about this.
Yes, I wonder too. Okay, we've got whatever this is. Violin string box. Violin strings along with tools for precise trimming of the strings. Okay. And we have... what is this? String Quartet number 6 in F minor, operation... or op 80. I don't know what that means. What the op bit is. I don't know. But it's sheet music. Okay. So let's talk to Mr. Golden.
I worked very late. So did he. I only met him once or twice in the 2 years I've been living here. I was out giving a benefit recital for unemployed musicians. Several dozen people can attest to my whereabouts. I use them to create an ambience when I hold private recitals.
Okay. Still thinking it's Mr. Golden, but we still have to investigate the basement first before we can finish here. Oh, and there's Henman's room. Okay. There we go. Clues found. There's several clues here, including candles. Unused white candle. So I'm thinking the candle was how he died, because everywhere else they were unused except for Cashin's room, where it was almost completely gone. Yeah, keys to all apartments as well as to the basement. And Bloomfield's room, where they were partially used, but the lady stopped using it. Or basically, she opened the window to let out the poisonous gas or whatever it is. Standard screwdriver, okay.
I didn't ask about this.
No. I'm missing another clue. Is it? Yeah, it's right here. I wouldn't say that... oh, this is the basement. There's just clues here. Okay. There we go. Beakers, funnels, and mortar, and pestle, and various chemical compounds. Okay. Let's see. Small beaker of yellow fluid, half full.
Ask about this.
And right over here. This is gas tank, coal gas tank that supplies gas to all the rooms in the building, covered in dirt and soot.
Ask about this.
Apparently not currently working. So, what I'm missing here is I'm missing a clue in this. Ah, the gas lamp. There we go. And of course, it's not working. So now, let's talk to Mr. Herman.
Mr. Cashin's dead. Difficult to believe. He led a quiet life. Out at concerts most nights, shut up in his room writing the rest of the time. He must have been a lonely man. My wife felt sorry for him and helped him as often as she could.
Yeah, she even helped him into bed every now and
I'm
then.
in charge of the running and upkeep of the whole building, so I can get dirty now and then. I was just doing some work in the basement.
The basement, which isn't actually basement, it's just the room right next to
I
you.
forgot to put it away after I fixed Mr. Golden's music stand yesterday morning. I left it there, and he came to give it back.
Okay.
The gas quit working yesterday. I don't know enough to fix such things safely myself. A man from the company is going to come by tomorrow.
All right. So I'm thinking let's go back up and talk to Mr. Gold, or whatever his name is. Yeah, Mr. Golden. Except he is not the one that it says that we can still talk to. Whoops, wrong way. No, the person we can talk to still is up here. Ah. Yes, Mr. Bloomfield.
Ah, yes, be careful with that. It can be dangerous. It reacts badly with heat.
Right. Okay. I have everything I need to solve the mystery and make an accusation. Now, I don't care too much about the reward, so I'm going to go with my first instinct and accuse... Whoops.
I work very late.
Yeah, there we go. Accuse Mr. Golden.
An entire orchestra. All those musicians put out of work. A rancorous old man who had no talent or creativity of his own.
Yeah, kind of figured it was him because he had the correct motive.
There's more to that mystery than meets the eye. I'm going to look into it.
What? Oh. Locked in to die. So wicked was the pen of Byron Kashan that it brought down an entire orchestra. Scathing review upon scathing review eventually led to the demise of the Aldwych Chamber Orchestra. Perhaps Mr. Cashin was distracted by his irregular friendship with his caretaker's wife and did not realize that one of his neighbors was the first violinist with the ensemble that his reviews had destroyed. That very same Mr. Golden constructed his revenge with care. Taking advantage of his access to a screwdriver and a key, Golden fashioned a poison candle using an unusual chemical found in the basement. He turned off the gas at the mains and handed candles to his neighbors, ensuring that his enemy, Mr. Cashin, received the candle of death. Critics beware. Yeah, but he could have killed everybody else in the building, too. Lucky he didn't. Okay, we got our reward for that. And we got something else. But first, we have stuff we can craft, don't we? I think. No, we're missing stuff. We're missing metal is what we need. Yeah, there's nothing we can craft right now because we're missing metal. So, can I perhaps upgrade some of my gear, though? There we go. Or perhaps buy something else. I don't know. There we go. We can just go ahead and upgrade this. There we go. Upgrade our Master Assassin's Kukri. Cannot upgrade our Legendary Assassin Gauntlet, though. We do not have the funds for that. Or for upgrading our pistol. Or our cloak. Or our outfit. No, we don't have the funds to upgrade anything else, unfortunately. Okay, so what I want to do is figure out where the next dreadful crime is. It is to the north here. Okay, so we need to head pretty much just straight to the north. Now, one thing I want to do first, though, is see if we can't grab this chest since it's right here, pretty much on our way. It's right in this door, actually. Come on. Open up. There we go. All right. Leather and chemicals. Not exactly what I needed. Okay, now we need to head pretty much just straight north almost, right? Just straight north? Yeah. Pretty much. Just down the street, really. I'm thinking we're probably going to take this cart to try to save a little bit of time. There we go. Oh, and of course we're going to end up leaving the cart almost immediately because there is an illustration. Right? Why are you leaving from that direction? I don't know why. But yeah, there's this illustration like right here. There we go. Only missing 2 more in the city of London. And unfortunately, our cart just kind of kept going without us. We're not terribly too far away. Only about 2-3 blocks away. So it's not too far. We can just hike it the rest of the way and just hoof it. And actually, it gives us the opportunity to tackle that thief. Complete another crowd event. All right. So just take the next right and we'll be almost there. It's pretty much across the street on the corner. Right over here. It should be. Yep. Okay, to get to the next dreadful crime. Named so because they are the inspirations for the Penny Dreadfuls. Solve the mystery of the professor who, once buried, returned to die in his parlor. The mystery of the twice-dead professor. So what's up with this one? Is it daytime or is it nighttime or what? It appears to be daytime, but I could be wrong. So it's showing us Ben again.
Exciting one. Perfect for a penny dreadful.
A famous professor dies twice.
That's once more than usual. Twice as many sales. My name will soon be known across the nation.
Uh-huh. Okay, where is he then? He is right over here. Bing's home or Bing's home? Yeah. Right in here. In we go. And up the stairs. Always starts off by investigating or inspecting the body. Which is... I don't know where, but we got this chest here, so... We got that. And we got some metal for it, which is good. We need metal. Now, where, oh, where is that damn body? I am in the correct building, right? Please tell me I'm in the correct building. Oh, it's right here. I just walked right past it. Okay. Go ahead and inspect. The body shows evidence of having been in a terrible struggle. There's a deep cut to the forehead that appears to be surgical. Cut goes into the skull itself. Interesting. So we've got clues around here as well. There's one down here. What's this say? Personal letter. My dearest love, I do not understand your father's apathy or antipathy towards me. I fear that he will take steps to disrupt our engagement. Please obtain his assurances that no matter if you marry me or no, he will render you your due when the time comes. Your betrothed, Virginia. Okay. Is the fire a clue? No, I guess not. The fire is not a clue. I don't know why it was glowing then. Okay, the rest of the clues must be upstairs. Somewhere. Yeah, here's one. What is this? This is an intricately carved sculpture, evidently of African origin. There is a small recess where something could have been hidden. Could have been hidden, but is not there any longer. There's nothing that way. Just a small storage room under the stairs, it looks like. What do we have here? We have... An open wooden crate shipped from within London is clearly marked to be opened only by Professor Bing personally.
Well, now, I didn't ask about this.
I haven't asked anybody about anything, of course. Over here we have... Legal letter. Recent letter to Professor Bing from his attorney. My dear Bing, I can certainly amend your will to discourage the marriage of your son to the young lady in question. An annual allowance that will be suspended in the event of such a marriage should serve the purpose. If, as you suspect, she is driven by love of money, such a provision should considerably dampen her ardor for your son. There we go. And here we have, esteemed Professor Bing, my research trip has been a great success. I've been able to verify personally several of the unusual customs that you chronicled in your brilliant book. Once again, I am humbled by your genius, Professor Silas.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
I believe I should start interrogating suspects as soon as I've found the last clue. We're missing one clue. Ah, here it is. What is this? A dead spider. A large, distinctive spider curled up in death. Yeah, possibly venomous. I don't know. But we found all the clues inside Bing's home, so now it's time to start talking to people.
It's so very awful. The professor died of an heart attack just days ago. Then tonight, I hear pounding at the door. I open it to find him bleeding and in pain. He tried to say something then collapsed dead. Again. He got that a few days ago. Inside was a statue. I thought it was a marvel. But he told me it was quite common. I don't know who sent it. He kept repeating, Barkesso, Barkesso, over and over. What does it mean?
Don't know.
Spider? Let's get that out of here. Emmett is definitely afraid of spiders.
Okay. And let's talk to the son.
It's unthinkable. Such a great man. We were still in mourning from the burial. He was buried yesterday in the family plot. My father was an eminent anthropologist and something of an explorer. He made his name by investigating the practices of a small village in the Congo. His colleagues at the university often sent him trinkets from abroad. This is no time to talk about the will. It is true that my father and my fiancée didn't get on, but I'm confident that once he got to know her as a daughter-in-law, they would have become friends.
Okay, so we've got a couple... Whoops, I didn't want to talk to her. I wanted to head through the window. We've got a couple different investigation zones to get to. Specifically, the cemetery and the university. Yeah, we need to investigate his first grave. But of course, right here, there is an illustration, one of the last ones in City of London. So we'll go ahead and grab that and continue on. I'm not sure which one we're going to go to first, probably whichever's closer. And I'm thinking it's probably the cemetery. But we'll investigate both, of course, as soon as we head through here, which is an entrance to the sewers.